You have to create a way to fly even while you stay the same. You can't change who you are, you just can change how you do things. Let's think of something together, okay? A way to give you wings. No need to hurry. An overarching theme in No Game No Life is overcoming seemingly impossible hardships. Now, we see this with a lot of different shonen, especially in One Piece or Black Clover or even Hunter x Hunter. And yes, I say Hunter x Hunter, not Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is the only proper way to say it, that is. But No Game No Life offers a different perspective on that theme. Humanity, or humanity in Sora and Shiro's eyes, is without a doubt the weakest Exceed out of all the other races in Disboard. They can't fly like the Flugel, they can't use magic like the elves, and they certainly do not even have close to the physicality that the war beasts possess. We see this with Izuna when Sora and Shiro face off against the Eastern Federation. With no apparent advantage over any of the other races, it's easy to question humanity's worth. After all, in a war with all the Exceeds fighting against each other, how could they possibly compete? How have they survived on their own for so long after the war in the first place? Sora and Shiro are from our world, and as incomprehensibly intelligent as they are, they're both human. Their world, our world, is cruel, unfair, and unforgiving. In Sora's words, if you lose too much or win too much, there are penalties, and if you complain, people look down on you. There are no parameters or freaking genre or anything. You know what you call that? A crappy game. Sora struggles with basic human interaction, which stems from the fact that no one except Shiro has given him the time of day. His parents seemingly abandoned him, paying for his gaming technology and leaving both him and Shiro alone for an unknown, unspecified amount of time. The two disregard their health and escape through the world of gaming as a sort of coping mechanism, and honestly, who could blame them? I think a lot of us tend to do the same. The two of them were living under a world of grayscale monotony, one that never cared about them or the things that they were passionate about. In a world like that, it's easy to lose faith in humanity. Sora and Shiro were transported to another world by Tet, yes, one that played to their strengths and advantages, but a concrete problem still remained: the idea of the self-fulfilling prophecy. Humanity and all of its people were dead last in the ranking of the Exceeds, and the people were going about the wrong way to change that. Supplies were drastically low, morale was basically non-existent, and what's worse, every other race looked down upon them. Some Exceeds, such as the Elven Guard, took to enslaving them. Sora and Shiro had no quote-unquote superpowers, but even yet, slowly everything began to change. So why is that? Well, they recognized a fundamental problem that still exists in our world today, what I called before as the self-fulfilling prophecy. If we want to define the term, our lovely friend the internet describes it as the phenomenon of someone expecting a certain outcome, and because of this, the certain outcome then becomes true simply because one believes it will. The person's resulting behaviors then align to fulfill those beliefs. Yes, the people of humanity lack the abilities given to the other Exceeds as a rule, but never once has anyone believed in themselves. Kurami enlists the help of Feel because, in her mind, there's no possible way that humanity can survive on its own. Every single person in the kingdom is little, unexceptional, and weak, struggling for their place in the world. There's no way they could possibly beat the other races, right? Wrong.
We hereby declare we'll live as the weak, protect our weak brethren, and we will use our wisdom to make the strong bow before us. We are as we once were, and as we will always be. Hear this, my people. You are part of a long legacy, the wisest of the races, one that can become anything because we came into this world with nothing.
You have to create a way to fly, even while staying the same. Just because a person physically doesn't have wings doesn't mean that they aren't capable of flight. As much as Sora hates referring back to Tokyo, he admits that humans were capable of doing incredible things. They were able to fly with airplanes of their own making, and when told this, Jabril remained skeptical. Why, that's hard to believe. she says, and I guess from her perspective it is hard to believe. Humanity has not done anything noteworthy in a very, very long time, but it doesn't have to be that way. Just because nothing has happened doesn't mean that nothing can happen in the future. What's important is that Sora believes in humanity's potential. With the proper steps forward, every single person can accomplish anything they desire. Nobody is void of weaknesses, yes, but everybody is capable of reaching the seemingly impossible. It's just a matter of finding out a way to get there that's unique to you. All throughout my life, I've struggled with the self-fulfilling prophecy. I truly thought day in and day out that I was never capable of anything exceptional, so I never really tried. After all, if you think something and believe it with all your being, then it's more likely to become true. In sports, I couldn't do a certain skill no matter how hard I tried, and I started to believe that accomplishing such a thing was out of my reach. Soon enough, my actions started to align with my beliefs, and I struggled for a very, very long time. This doesn't even have to be with sports. Other things in my life also related to the self-fulfilling prophecy, and it was a very hard time indeed. It took the support of my friends and family to snap me out of that mindset, as well as my own willpower, and even then I still succumb to it till this day, sometimes too. Humanity isn't alone. Just like how Sora can't survive without Shiro, and Shiro can't survive without Sora, not one person can accomplish anything on their own. And you know what? That's okay. Vulnerability is a powerful weapon to wield, and I think a lot of people tend to think the opposite. Humanity is inherently weak, but through our vulnerability, we can learn and become something namelessly exceptional. You see, I love No Game No Life for this very reason. Sure, the needless looting can be a little off-putting, to say the least, sometimes, but a lot of people tend to write the anime off right off the bat just because of this. Apart from the various themes and ideals that I said in the video, the animation is just flawless in my opinion, and even though a lot of people say this, I'm going to say it again. No Game No Life is eye candy, and if you don't enjoy it for the themes explained, then you can at least enjoy it for that aspect alone. However, if you choose to look a little bit more closer, you'll find a lot more than just eye candy as well. If you liked the video, please feel free to leave a comment or subscribe for more content like this. I mean, I don't usually script my videos, but I'm having a lot of fun doing this, more so than I thought. And I plan on creating a lot more videos like this in the future. Also, let me know about your thoughts on No Game No Life. Was it everything you thought it was going to be? I don't know. When I started watching it, I definitely was enamored by the animation alone. Yeah, but anyways, I'm terrible with outros, so I'll just end it here. This has been Kitsune Katie, and I'll see you in the next one.